Hello, I'm Mike Kim, author of the LSAT Trainer. This is a short video with some tips on how to prepare for the law school admissions test. As you probably already know, your LSAT score is the most important part of the law school admissions process. It's more important than your GPA, your essays, or where you went to school. And the LSAT is very learnable. If you study for it the right way, and if you put in the time, you should expect for your score to get significantly better. However, it's also true that the vast majority of people who take the LSAT score about the same on the actual test as they do on their first diagnostic. So with all that said, here are 5 quick tips on how to prepare for the exam. Everything I'm about to say is fairly simple and obvious, but very few students actually follow this advice. If you do so, I promise you, it's going to give you a big leg up. Number 1, make sure that you get yourself the best study tools available. There is a huge range in the quality of LSAT products that are out on the market, and the quality doesn't necessarily correlate to the price. I make an LSAT study guide, and obviously I'm fond of it, but maybe it's not the best tool for you. Maybe there's some other book or course that fits you better. Make sure you take plenty of time to research and find the tools that you think are going to help you the most. 2, make sure you plan ahead. Getting better at the LSAT is largely about developing the right mental muscle memory, habits for how you think about and solve questions. Developing these habits takes time. You can't develop them by watching someone else solve questions, and you can't develop them by trying to cram months of work into just a few weeks. Make sure that you give yourself enough time to develop these habits that you need. 3, don't look for shortcuts. The LSAT is an extremely well-made exam, and your score is a reflection of how you do relative to other test takers, other very, very smart test takers. Always look for ways to get better, and always look for ways to get faster, but don't try to game this test. 4, worry about getting good before you worry about getting fast. For just about everyone who takes this test, time pressure is a big deal, and it's something you're going to have to think about during your studies. At the same time, it's important to remember that your timing is largely a reflection of how good you are at solving questions. If you're good at solving them, you'll go quickly, and when it takes you 10 extra steps to get to the right answer, well, that's when you tend to have timing issues. Make sure you worry about getting good before you worry about getting fast. Lastly, understand exactly what it is that your LSAT score says about you. Human beings are incredibly complex creatures, and the LSAT is a 100-question multiple-choice exam. Your LSAT score says absolutely nothing about how smart you are. I do think your LSAT score is a reflection of something else: your ability to learn and your ability to grow. You can start at 160 and end at 160, or you can start at 140 and end at 170. A 170 will change your life. We're all so afraid of what that first diagnostic score is going to be, but you can't control that. However, I promise you that the way in which you prepare will absolutely determine where your score ends up. For more free information about the LSAT, please visit thelsattrainer.com.